Look, this how cold it is. Look. This shit about to freeze in a matter of minutes. A little bit of water on the ground. Give it a couple minutes. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. Let's give it a few. See how long it takes to freeze. I'm pretty sure I can touch it right now in this ice. Let me see. Look. Frozen. Not quite frozen, but I just poured this. I poured the remainder out of my car. Look. Ice. That's crazy. Little Brunson back. Drew with the back at you. Look, man. I don't mean no harm. I really don't. I really don't mean no harm. Look, man. Let me take a break from leisure. You know what? Let's talk about the Carson Wentz article. There are some things that's starting to disturb me about this article. If you want me to just be real and be honest, the only wide receiver I believe, or the only person that catches the ball I believe that spoke out against this article, was it Zach Ertz? Correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't see anything from Alshon. I didn't see anything from Nelson. I didn't see anything from likely positions that would make this claim. Not a running back or anything like that. It worries me. Does it make me think that I believe the allegations or I believe the story? Of course we know the story is a bit fabricated. Of course we know the story is made to be a little juicy. That's just how these things work. Worries me though. None of the receivers step up. You gotta start thinking. Now I'm not saying the character of Carson Wentz got to be under a microscope moving forward, but I will say this. You got to start thinking. On to the next thing that I wanted to talk about. All right, so I was approved for the Amazon affiliates program. So all the Eagles gear, all the supplements that I buy, everything that Lord Brunson buys offline will be available in this Amazon store. I'm going to post a link in my description for every video moving forward. As soon as I get the shop done today, I'm talking about from everything. Workout equipment that I use, reading material, what I'm reading, everything will be in there. How-tos, just small stuff that you guys can purchase from Amazon using my Amazon affiliate program store. That's dope, man. You know, I think you got to be at a certain level of just a certain level of a YouTuber to get stuff like that handed to you. And you know, I wouldn't have made it that far if it wasn't for you guys. I want to thank you guys for that. The New Orleans Saints. Now look. I agree that the call was BS. Let me start there. I agree the call was BS. America knows the call was BS. Well, the no call, correct me there. It should have been called. Point blank, period. But the crying got to stop. You can't go ahead and cry because you're not the only team. This happens every week in the NFL. A no call or a bad call. You're not the only team that gets fleeced. We've all gotten fleeced. Yes, it was a lot on the line for you guys, but you still had the ball. You still had the ball first in overtime. Breeze still threw that pick in overtime. You still had the ball. You still had a chance. You shouldn't have ran and put yourself in that position. A lot of that falls on the New Orleans Saints as well. Do I feel sorry for them? No. But creating a petition saying you want to go for legal action and the fan base is saying that they still deserve a parade, they're still going to have a parade. A parade for what? A parade for 2 years in a row, almost getting it done? You guys, I never thought that I would think anybody could cry more than the Minnesota Vikings. But you guys as a franchise and a fan base, I've never seen nobody cry and complain like that. It's on to the next in the NFL. It's always been like that. You got robbed. You got robbed. I'm not gonna lie to you. You got robbed, but you got to keep pushing though. I don't believe it was a conspiracy to rob you. Because for one second, if you think that the NFL wouldn't rather have Brady and Breeze in the Super Bowl instead of Brady and Goff, I don't believe any of the conspiracies that nobody's saying. You can have your own thoughts and opinions about the game being rigged. That's cool for you. That's cool for you. But nobody screamed. It was no New Orleans Saints fan would be screaming rigged if they won the game. They would not be screaming rigged. No New Orleans Saints fan would scream rigged if they won the game. So keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. Y'all want to sign petitions and say that you think that you guys deserve a redo? Well, we need to dig into that Lombardi. We need to dig into that Lombardi the Saints got then for Bountygate. If you want to redo the game, let's redo that Lombardi. Your resume not squeaky clean. It's not squeaky clean, New Orleans. So don't act like you an angel and something bad happened to you. You know what I mean? Something bad happened to a demon, in my opinion. You lucky Sean Payton is even able to coach. Something bad happened to a bad man, if you want to be for real, if you want to look at it from the proper way. This isn't a case where the innocent got hurt. This is a man who also has done his fair share of dirt. Stuff happens. It was a no call, a bad no call. A bad no call. Just like Bountygate was a bad call right under the head coach's nose. And I'm not trying to compare apples to oranges, but you gotta be kidding me. Really? A redo? A redo? How about you would have seriously injured one of those players doing this Bountygate thing? How about you would have seriously done that to one of these guys and they're never able to walk again? God forbid, how about something like that would happen? Would they get a redo at playing a game again? And the game is physical and as dangerous as football. You go out there and you do something like that? The nerve of you peasants. The nerve of you. Philadelphia Eagles been robbed multiple times. We ain't cry, we ain't complain. We ain't do none of that. We just sat back and took it easy. We gonna sit back and take it easy. It's not easy to win in the NFL. So I understand the frustrations for your fan base, but come on. You're not an angel. That's the part that bothers me the worst. You're not an angel. Sean Payton, you're not an angel. You know what I mean? What you did, Sean Payton, possibly could have affected your fan base. What's the term? I mean, the Roosters probably finally came to crow. What is it? You know what I mean. My God. And I missed. That was horrible. I'm not a pool player, but I mean, when you got a pool table, use it. I'm just tired of the crying. The crying is beyond me. The crying is absurd. You're not going to get a redo. You're not getting a redo. The game is over. Get on to next year. Get on to next year. The game is over. Seriously, you're not getting a redo. That's a wrap. I don't want to hear nothing else about it. The thing with Carson Wentz is really starting to bother me. I would have thought Alshon Jeffrey. I would have thought Golden Tate even went to church with Carson. I would have thought, did Carson Wentz even respond himself? It's starting to bother me. Not meaning I believe it, but the guys that responded, you expect that from those guys. You expect that from Lane. You expect that from Fletcher. Like they said, they're the leaders of that team. You expect them to try to put the fire out before it spreads. I would have liked to see something from Carson himself. I would have liked to see something from Alshon. I would have liked to see something from Sproles. I would have liked to see something from a lot of those guys. You know what I mean? A lot of those guys. When you don't start seeing stuff from certain people, it kind of lets you know if it is true who had an involvement in it. That's all I'm going to say, and I'm going to leave it there. Moving forward, Carson Wentz is the quarterback, but you also got to wonder, man. The same core guys. Only thing changed in the offense was the quarterback. Only thing changed in the offense was the quarterback. They look like they fought harder for Nick Foles. They fought harder for Nick Foles, man. That's one thing that you can't deny. And I just hope these allegations aren't true. I think maybe the best thing for Carson is not responding. Could be the best thing. But either way you cut the cake, we good, man. It's fly, Eagles fly, man. Stop crying. Playoffs over. We can all talk about it in Woosah. Let's move forward onto the draft. A lot of big things coming for Lord Brunson, the Lord Brunson brand in the channel. A lot of great videos are on the way. I got a schedule. I will not disappoint. This will be a very entertaining off season. You know, I know I got a few things to mail out to you guys. That's going to get done this week. I got a few things that has to happen as far as the channel is concerned. Some updates. Just listen. I'm on my game, man. I'm on my game. I got a job, but this is another job I got. You know what I mean? And bringing great content and pleasing you guys and doing everything. You know what I mean? It's just all a part of the game. It's all a part of the game, and it's all a part of where I want to go, and it's all a part where I want us all to be at the same place, man. Great videos coming soon, man. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you. I am the best reporting on the Eagles.